My golden retriever, Max, nearly suffered heat stroke last July. I panicked, bought 3 random cooling pads online, and 2 immediately leaked toxic-smelling gel on my carpet, while the third just absorbed his body heat and became a warm, sweaty mess. Finding a mat that actually cools, resists chewing, and stays safe is a massive headache. That's why I spent this entire summer testing the top cooling mats on the market to find the real winners. Stick around to see which one finally gave Max the frosty relief he deserved without ruining my floors. 5. Coleman Pressure Activated Pad. When I first grabbed this mat, I had high hopes because Coleman is a giant in outdoor gear. The concept is straightforward. It uses a non-toxic cooling gel that activates with your dog's weight. No freezing or water required. I laid it out for Max on a sweltering Tuesday afternoon, and initially, it did offer a noticeable drop in temperature when I pressed my hand against the surface. However, after just a week of real-world testing, the cracks began to show, literally. While the manufacturer claims the materials are tough, the outer vinyl felt surprisingly thin compared to the heavy-duty gear Coleman usually produces. Max isn't even a heavy chewer, but a simple scratch to get comfortable before laying down left a visible scuff mark that made me incredibly nervous about potential leaks in the future. The cooling performance also left a lot to be desired over extended periods. The pressure-activated gel works for about an hour, but after that, it starts absorbing your dog's body heat. Instead of a cooling mat, it quickly transforms into a warm, uncomfortable plastic puddle. I found myself having to constantly remove Max from the pad so it could recharge in the ambient air, which completely defeats the purpose of a passive cooling solution. Furthermore, the sizing seemed a bit off. I ordered the large, but it barely accommodated my golden retriever, leaving half of his body on the warm hardwood floor. It folds up nicely and is undeniably easy to wipe clean with a damp cloth, which is a minor saving grace. Hugs Pet Products Chillz Pad. This is one of the most recognizable names in the dog cooling mat space, so I was eager to put it through its paces. Like the Coleman, it utilizes a pressure-activated cooling gel technology, meaning you don't need to mess around with electricity or refrigeration. Straight out of the box, the material felt slightly more substantial than our number 5 pick, and it had a nice flexible weight to it that made it easy to drape over a dog bed or couch cushion. When Max first stepped onto the Chillz pad, the cooling sensation was immediate and genuinely impressive. The gel inside activates quickly, and for the first 45 minutes, Max was snoring away in absolute bliss. Unfortunately, the honeymoon phase didn't last long. Just like many basic gel mats, it struggles with heat dissipation. Once the gel absorbs the maximum amount of thermal energy from your pet, it stops cooling entirely and traps the heat right against their body. The most frustrating issue I encountered during testing was the gel distribution. After a few days of use, the internal cooling gel started to permanently shift away from the center where Max applied the most pressure. It accumulated around the edges, leaving him lying on 2 thin layers of nylon with absolutely zero cooling benefit in the middle. I tried massaging the gel back into place, but the segmented design didn't allow for easy redistribution, making it incredibly annoying to maintain. Add to that a slippery surface that made my older dog stumble a bit when trying to stand up, and the Chillz pad quickly lost favor in our household. It is certainly convenient for travel since it folds into a compact square, and it requires zero prep work before a road trip. 3. Lauva Dog Cooling Mat. The Lauva mat instantly impressed me with its construction. It features a heavy-duty Oxford composite PVC material that feels exceptionally rugged. When I laid this out, I didn't feel the immediate panic of a potential puncture that I experienced with the previous mats. Max gave it a good scratch, and the fabric held up beautifully without a single mark. What makes the Lauva mat stand out in my testing is the efficiency of its completely non-toxic self-cooling gel. While it operates on the same basic pressure-activated principle as the others, the formula Lauva uses seems far superior at dissipating heat. Max was able to comfortably snooze on this mat for close to 2 hours before I noticed the cooling effect diminishing. That extended relief time is a massive win when you're dealing with the peak afternoon heat of July. I also loved how low maintenance this mat proved to be. The Oxford fabric isn't just durable, it is genuinely waterproof and incredibly easy to clean. When Max tracked muddy paws across it after a sprinkler session, a quick wipe with a wet sponge completely restored it. Plus, the edges are double pressed to prevent the gel from leaking out, which gave me incredible peace of mind when leaving Max alone within the house. Another fantastic aspect of the Lauva is its versatility. Because of its sturdy build, I was able to confidently use it outside on the patio, inside his wire crate, and even draped over the back seat of my car without worrying about accidental tears. K&H Coolin Pet Pad. This product takes a completely different approach to cooling, and testing it was an absolute breath of fresh air. Instead of relying on a pre-filled chemical gel, the K&H pad uses water. You simply fill the internal core with water through the secure valve, smooth out the air pockets, and let the antimicrobial foam core absorb it. Once filled, you never have to empty it. The performance of this water-based system is nothing short of phenomenal. Because it utilizes the natural cooling properties of water and room temperature, it doesn't suffer from the rapid heat-up effect that plagues gel mats. When Max laid on the K&H pad, the heat was continually drawn away from his body and dispersed throughout the massive water reservoir. He could sleep on this mat for hours on end, and it remained consistently cool to the touch without ever needing a break to recharge. Beyond the incredible cooling consistency, the K&H pad offers exceptional comfort. The combination of the water and the internal foam creates a soft, supportive, and squishy surface that doubles as an orthopedic bed. For older dogs or dogs with joint issues, this is an absolute game changer. The exterior is crafted from a tough nylon and vinyl blend that easily withstood Max's claws, and despite my initial fears of having a mini waterbed on my living room floor, the valve never leaked a single drop. There's a slight learning curve during the initial setup, as getting all the air out of the valve takes a few minutes of pressing and rolling. It is also quite heavy once fully saturated with water, making it less ideal for frequent travel compared to the foldable gel mats. 1. The Green Pet Shop Cool Pet Pad. I had heard rave reviews about this product for years, and after putting it through the most rigorous testing of the summer, I can confidently say it lives up to every ounce of the hype. This is the gold standard of pressure-activated gel mats, patented and designed with an ingenuity that leaves the competition entirely in the dust. The secret to its top-tier ranking lies in its patented cooling gel formula. Unlike the cheaper alternatives that heat up quickly and push gel to the sides, the Green Pet Shop Pad maintains an incredibly even distribution of its cooling agent. As soon as Max stepped onto the mat, the cooling effect was instantaneous and remarkably potent. The mat actively cools your dog for up to 3 straight hours, vastly outperforming every other gel mat I tested. What truly blew me away was its ability to recharge. Once the 3 hours were up and Max got off the mat to grab a drink, the pad practically reset itself. It requires only 15 to 20 minutes of non-use to completely recharge and become ice cold again. No water, no electricity, and no freezing necessary. This rapid recovery meant Max had a consistently cold spot to retreat to all day long, making it the most convenient and effective solution for regulating his body temperature. Durability is also top-notch. The nylon exterior is puncture-resistant and feels premium to the touch. Even after weeks of daily use, being dragged around the house, and enduring countless scratch tests from an oversized golden retriever, it looked brand new. It folds up effortlessly for travel and wipes clean in seconds.